do you think we're going to improve the state of nature by the retreat? How are we going to do that, do you think?
I think the first step for me would be just actually knowing it's there, actually recognising what's on your doorstep, and maybe the next step is then taking steps to help, and some of it can be quite small steps, like I referred to previously. Having a bird feeder is quite a small step to help nature, but then there's also up to joining local organisations like Bee Belt in Oxfordshire, of course, would be a place to be going to and maybe volunteering for. Or I don't know. What do you think about yourself? How do you think this actual retreat will help?
I can see that by people coming to the retreat. But I think also if someone comes just by themselves, perhaps because they're unsure or perhaps because they just want to find out about it, but then hopefully we can inspire them and motivate them. And then they'll go away and perhaps encourage their families or their friends, or just if they adopt a process themselves of looking a bit more at nature, then hopefully that will filter out, and that's a sort of slow drip feed approach, isn't it, really?
It's a starting point, would you say, then?
Yeah, I think so. I think this retreat is going to be very special because it's our starting point, all of us who've worked together, on this journey from the festival to the retreat. It's our starting point in getting that re-engagement with nature and helping nature and learning how we as individuals, because even if we've been looking at something, by getting a group of people together, they're bound to have more ideas or experiences themselves that they can share, won't they, with everyone there, because there will be an opportunity for people to speak about maybe how they've done something in their garden that has encouraged wildlife, so that will be interesting too.
So then it's also a place to then you're getting people together and sharing their own personal experiences and personal tips and hints and that sort of thing together.
Yes, that will be an element of it, won't it? Because we'll have experienced people in their field coming here to share what they're doing.
Yeah.
But I'm sure lots of people who come here will have dabbled in possibly some of the things that we're going to do. So they'll be able to add to what it is we're talking about, won't they?
But I think it's also talking to anybody who maybe feels that nature or doing anything for nature is sort of like not for them, or even that they feel they can't do anything. Because I'm sure there are
because they're not an expert.
Yeah, they feel that if you're not an expert at something, then you can't.
Or you might be doing it wrong.
Might be doing it wrong, or you can't.
And it's not working. And that's. Yeah. I think that's what we want to do on the retreat, is to just say, like you said, you don't need to know the birds. You don't need to know the type of animals. You don't really need to know what that insect is.
No.
But as long as you're encouraging those birds and encouraging those insects, that's a really positive help, isn't it, to nature, to nurturing nature close by. And
it's also breaking down that sort of barrier as well, so that you feel that you'd like to do something but you feel you can't, or you feel you shouldn't, or you might get, like you say, you might get it wrong, that you come along, you'll speak to these experts in their own different fields, and you actually might then realise that, well, it might just break down that barrier between you and actually doing something.
Yeah, exactly. And you might feel, well, I can't do it because I live in a little house with a balcony, or a flat with a balcony, or a tiny courtyard garden, whereas actually there are things you can do which encourage nature in there. And by having this time for this day when we're doing the retreat, we can really thrash out those kind of questions and get people engaged with how they can help.
And it's going to be a fun day. That's
yeah.